Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey, and today it's just news. And to steal a page out of G Whiskey's book, if you stick around to the end, I'll tell you what's in my mystery pour. So today's just news. If you like today's show, please give it a thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And thanks so much for the Patreons that I do have that help support this channel. Much appreciated. And as a Patreon, you have access to exclusive reviews. And my next Patreon review is going to be independent bottling of a cash strength Ben Nevis 21-year-old. So the Patreons that are out there, stay tuned for that. All right, so the news, some new releases that have just hit the scene or hitting the scene right now is the brand new Ardbeg. It's the Ardbeg Day special release, and it's actually available in my area, or was last week. It came and went like a flash. It's called the Ardbeg Spectacular, and it's made up of ex-port and ex-bourbon. And these port barrels are supposed to be hand-selected and all that fun stuff. $140, 46% ABV, non-age stated, and yeah, it actually sounds like something up my alley. But I think it's a bit pricey. All right. What else is out already? I haven't seen it in my area yet, but I know it's out. Is the new Torabhaig, and it's called Cnoc moine, and it's a sherry influenced Torabhaig, heavily peated, and that's going to be the last in their legacy series before eventually releasing another year or two their first Torabhaig 10-year. So the Cnoc moine is going to be made up of ex-bourbon, ex-oloroso, and ex-PX. So like a triple blend. So I'm a big Torabhaig fan. Very much looking forward to that. And then also to the Lagavulin 11 Offerman series. The fourth release of that has just hit the area last week as well. And that's Lagavulin finished in rum casks. So that sounds really nice. The retail on that is around $90 to $100 range. So if you can, you'll be able to find them. They're readily available. And on the news front, it's pretty big news from the Laphroaig distillery. Their distillery manager, Barry McCaffer, is stepping down after a lengthy tenure there, and he's moving on to other things. So I thought that was interesting as well. And then I'm not sure when it's going to come out, but Redbreast is going to be releasing an 18-year-old core range. Okay, so the 12 cask strength, 15, 21, 27, and now they're going to be releasing Redbreast 18-year-old, and I'm sure that's going to come with a hefty price tag. And then something to look forward to for October of this year, October of 2024, will be the Diageo special releases of 2024 coming this fall. So I know it's a little bit early, but it's always interesting fodder. I have no idea what the prices are going to be in any of these, but it's obvious to just about everyone. There are still versions of last year's Diageo special releases that are sitting on the shelves, growing whiskers, and even some from the year before that. And the price barrier seems to be a factor in that. But anyway, this fall are going to be 8 releases. There's going to be a Ben Renus 21-year-old made up of ex-bourbon and European ex-wine. These are going to be all cask strength. That's going to come in at 55.4% ABV. Then there's going to be a non-peated Kalila, 11-year-old. And it's supposed to be short fermentations with cloudy wort. And that's going to be 57.3% ABV. That's something I've never had an unpeated Kalila, so I'm very curious about that one. And then, of course, they always do the Lagavulin 12-year-old. And this one looks promising because it's returning to their form in that it's made up of simply first fill and refill ex-bourbon. Okay, so like a more honest, naturally distillate-driven Lagavulin 12-year-old. That's going to come in at 57.4% ABV. Then there's going to be the Oban 10-year-old, and that's going to be made up of heavily charred American oak with finishing in Oloroso seasoned casks. That's going to be 58% ABV. And then for the second year in a row, they're going to be releasing another Rose Isle 12-year-old. Same format on this one as well, made up of first and refill ex-bourbon. That's going to be coming in at 55.6% ABV. And then there's going to be a Talisker 8-year-old. And this one sounds interesting as well. I'm a big Talisker fan. I usually do pick up the Talisker as my little guilty pleasure treat. This is a unique offering because it's going to be, I never even heard of this before, but the casks are supposed to be stone spun and lightly retoasted at 58.7% ABV. So that does sound interesting. Then, of course, they're going to be doing another Mortlach NAS made up of a bunch of wine. Ex-Italian Ramadolo white wine and Sangiovanese red wine. I'm butchering those names. I'm not a wine guy. That's going to be 57.5, but it's basically going to be a couple of wine maturation / finishes on that to mask the beautiful distillate of Mortlach. Why? And then, last but not least, they're going to be releasing a Singleton Glen Ord 14-year-old, and that's going to be made up of first fill ex-bourbon, finished in Pyrenean and Spanish oak ends. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how they're doing that. That's going to be 54.7% ABV. And then what I'm going to be doing is usually for samples, I do that on my exclusive Patreon channel for exclusive reviews. But I have a special sample that I'm going to share with everybody. I'm a big Craig Alecky fan. So I have a 1 ounce sample of Craig Alecky 33-year-old that I am going to be reviewing on my channel. So just a little teaser about that forthcoming review. That's it for the news. If you stayed to the end to find out what's in my glass, there was a big hint standing right here the whole time. Of course, it's the brand new Glenallachie Turbo. Okay, I will be reviewing this fairly soon as well. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, so this is one of the more limited release out of the 4 Glenallachie, and they're all 5-year age stated, heavily peated versions. So we're going to be reviewing the Turbo. So something to look forward to there, I hope. That's all I have. Give it a thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, and consider becoming a Patreon so you can see these exclusive reviews. I do about 1 or 2 a month. And so remember, folks, it's just whiskey. It's just news. Hats off to you all, and take care, folks.